All right. Good morning. So, I'm going to do an introduction on Rome, ancient Rome, and you have notes in front of you, so you can stop this at any time and fill those in or go back and rewind. So, part of this is about helping you take notes because you're going to need to know that, and giving you information on Rome. So, let's get started. So, we have here the classical Roman Mediterranean world. We have Europe, Italy, the, the Balkans, and Turkey, all surrounding the Mediterranean Sea. On this map, and it's ancient Mesopotamia over to your right, which we'll get to later. But the purpose of the lesson is to identify major characteristics and contributions of the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire. What to look for in this lesson? It's a preview of the end of lesson questions. Okay, in your own words, what is the overall purpose of this lesson? Where did the Roman Empire originate? What regions came under its control? And what body of water aided in its expansion? What were the two main phases of Rome's development? Be sure to explain important terms in your own words: republic, empire, dictatorship, etc. All of these encompass Rome in its time. What were some of the major accomplishments and contributions of the Roman Empire? You're going to name at least three architectural and engineering feats, briefly discuss accomplishments in regards to military conquest, give a general statement on the general level of sophistication of the Roman Empire, and give at least one example to justify or support your claim. All right, so preview of the basics. Democracy. Okay, the term Greco-Roman and classical Mediterranean refer to the cultural blending of Greek, Hellenistic, and Roman cultures. Basically, Greek plus Roman equals Greco-Roman. The Greco-Roman influences are the foundation of Western civilization. Okay, the government was the beginnings of democracy. It had law, it had art, literature, and theater. It had architecture and engineering. It had philosophy and science. This is Rome. Quick review: decline of the Hellenistic world, which you see here in the map, is part of Egypt, Gaza, Damascus, Antioch, mostly modern day Turkey, Armenia. Ancient Greece under Alexander the Great and his successors dominated the eastern Mediterranean and led to the creation of the Hellenistic culture, or the Hellenistic world. Reminder: Hellenistic culture was the culture blending, synthesizing, acculturation of Greek culture with Egyptian, Indian, Southwest Asian, and even Persian cultures. The Hellenistic world was in decline by 150 BCE or BC. BC means before Christ, and a new city power was rising: Rome. Rome was incredibly influenced by the Greeks and Hellenistic culture. Quick note on the contemporaries of the Romans: Mauryan, and then Gupta Empire in India, Han Dynasty Empire in China. Okay, the origins and rise of ancient Rome. How did it start? Well, the legend is Rome was founded in 753 BCE, before a common era, is what BCE stands for, by Romulus and Remus. They were brothers, and they were raised by a she-wolf, which you can see in the upper left-hand corner. They're getting milk from a she-wolf. Now, this is a legend. Reality, Rome was built on 7 hills on the Tiber River by men. The Tiber River was an ideal location for trade. You can see that map down on the lower right. There's 7 hills. They're named. You see the Tiber River. Okay. See, Rome started as a small settlement which developed over time. Rome developed into two main phases. Phase 1, a republic. Phase 2, an empire, or an imperial dictatorship. And what's a dictatorship? It has one central leader who makes all the decisions. From republic to imperial dictatorship, the development of Rome. So here we have a picture of the Colosseum in the middle. The Roman Republic started about 500 and went to 44 BCE. Remember, we're before the year 0, so we go backwards. In 509 BCE, Rome became a republic. Reminder, a republic equals government in which power is held by citizens who vote for their leaders or representatives. In Rome, only freeborn males were citizens, so those are the only people who could vote. Rome's republic blended the best of a monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy. You had two consuls, commanded the army and directed the government, two people who did that, and there was a senate. It was only for aristocrats. Republic equals representative democracy. This is what the United States has today, a republic. Structure of society, patricians were the upper class and the plebeians were commoners, struggled for power. So upper class means wealthy, owned land, and plebeians were commoners, just regular people. Roman values, piety, duty, faithfulness, all these values were promoted by famous Roman author Virgil in his famous Aeneid. From republic to imperial dictatorship, the development of Rome, and you can see Rome at its height over on the right. All the pink is the empire, the Mediterranean Sea. They controlled all of that, and the Mediterranean Sea was extremely important. Rome grew into an empire. Rome expanded, spread its power, and became an empire. Review. What is an empire? Raise hands and tell me now. What's an empire? An empire is a political unit in which a number of different territories or groups of people are under one single power. So we have, in the Roman Empire, you have Spanish, you have Gauls, you have Britain, you have Egyptians, you have Turks, you have Muslims, you have Algerians, you have Greeks, you have all sorts of different kinds of peoples. In layman's terms, an empire is a bunch of different places that used to be independent and now under one control of one power. Imperial refers to an empire. Imperialism equals empire building. Rome began to conquer the entire Mediterranean basin, created a Roman lake. Remember, water is a connective force. Romans were successful because they excelled militarily and connected their fortified towns with roads in order to move troops quickly. So the Romans were really good at road building. Punic Wars were Rome versus Carthage, 264 to 146 BCE, and we have Scipio versus Hannibal. The Romans absolutely destroyed Carthage. They wiped out an entire city. And then in Rome, conquered Greece in 146 BCE. So, here's the Roman world in 265 BC and then 117 AD. So, the Roman Empire, another picture. And these are the pictures of the Punic Wars. So, Carthage, as you can see, was down in about the middle of the map, was totally destroyed by Rome. So, cultural blending in the Roman Empire. Creation of Greco-Roman culture. The Roman Empire tied hundreds of territories together. In 146 BCE, Rome conquered Greece. Rome adopted many Greek ways. Their religion, they had multi-gods, education and philosophy, and their dress. Greek, Hellenistic, and Roman culture blended together to create a Greco-Roman culture, also known as classical civilization. The Greco-Roman legacy is the basis of Western civilization in Europe and the United States. Trade in the Roman Empire. So we look at this cool map. All right, grain, olive oil, slaves, wine, metals, textiles, and wild animals in the upper right-hand corner. And you can see this is a legend, so you can look at different places in the Roman Empire where they got things. Okay, olive oil down in Egypt was taken, and it was when it brought into Rome. All these things, metals, okay, textiles, animals, olive oil, metals especially, all brought into Rome, all through these different territories. In addition to conquest, trade helped to facilitate cultural blending. Quick note on slavery of the ancient world: it was not race based. It didn't matter what race you were. If you were a slave, you were a slave. Didn't matter. From republic to imperial dictatorship and development of Rome, the Roman Republic began to die. Remember, republic is representative democracy. The republic began to collapse, and the government of the Roman Empire started to take the shape of a dictatorship. Okay, what is a dictatorship? A dictatorship equals a government run by one person or a small group of people. Julius Caesar, probably the most famous dictator, took power. There was turmoil within the republic, which resulted in a civil war. Civil war equals a war between people of the same political unit or country. Julius Caesar joined forces with Crassus and Pompey and formed a triumvirate, a power trio. There were two other people. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon River, returning from Gaul with an army, and ended the first triumvirate. Julius Caesar was named dictator for life in 44 BCE. So Julius Caesar had an affair with the Egyptian queen Cleopatra, had a son, Caesarion, created the Julian calendar, solar year of 365 days, and an extra day every fourth year. And guess what? We use this today. Used it until the 20th century by many. July named after Julius Caesar, so the month of July in the summer is after Julius Caesar. Was good friends with senators including Marcus Brutus, who helped to plot his assassination. So his good friend plotted his own assassination. And here's a picture of Julius Caesar getting stabbed by senators. Julius Caesar was murdered by members of the Senate in 44 BCE on March 15th, which equals the Ides of March. And Calpurnia's bad dream, soothsayer, beware the Ides of March. Et tu, Brute, famous saying, and friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears. So, William Shakespeare made the story of Julius Caesar immortal. William Shakespeare was an English writer, and he lived 1564 to 1616. All sorts of movies about Julius Caesar. The murder of Julius Caesar in the Roman Senate. Shakespeare wrote that Caesar's last words were et tu, Brute, which is Latin, which is the language they spoke. Because of Shakespeare, the story of Julius Caesar is so well known and alluded to frequently, often in a satirical way. Your friend is a real backstabber. Yeah, that's cute. That's a meme. That's Julius Caesar. He was stabbed in the back by his friend, literally. Well, don't eat the gummies. Caesar, apparently the Ides of March is actually a George Clooney movie and not something to beware. All right, there's some satire. There's some more. Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's a gif, isn't it? Yeah. Not a meme. For you band of music people, the clarinetting of Julius Caesar. So development of Rome, post-Julius Caesar, you have Octavian, Augustus Caesar, who was a dictator. After Caesar's death, civil war broke out again and destroyed what was left of the Roman Republic. A second triumvirate formed with Octavian, Julius's grandnephew and adopted son, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. Tragic death-suicide of Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Cleopatra, remember, was the Egyptian queen. Octavian took power and the title of Augustus. Rome became an empire ruled by only one man, Octavian Caesar Augustus. Caesar became a title for later Roman emperors. Pizza, pizza. Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. Caesar salad. A few more extra credit ideas. Cleopatra, famous movie. Another famous movie. Another Cleopatra movie. There's a picture of Cleopatra. Mark Antony. Okay, the Roman Empire. A vast and powerful empire, the Roman Empire continued to expand and stretch throughout Europe, across North Africa and Southwest Asia, encircling the Mediterranean Sea, across 3 continents. Remember, water tends to connect and act as a unifying force because that's a way to travel and trade. Romans continued to adopt and adapt many Greek Hellenistic influences. See Octavian's dress. It's a toga. Rome reached the peak of its power at the beginning of Octavian Augustus' reign in 27 AD, or Common Era. This began the period known as Pax Romana. It's very important. The Pax Romana. Okay, it's a period of peace, stability, and prosperity within the Roman Empire. Pax, pace equals peace in Latin. Pacifier, Pacific, pacifist. Language of the Romans is Latin. Began with the rule of Octavian Augustus in 27 BCE and lasted until approximately 180 CE. CE is Common Era, also known as AD. Sound, stable government, and wealthy. Vast trading networks with China and India. Roman architectural feats during the Pax Romana includes arches, vaults, domes, and aqueducts. Roman architecture, okay? You have a barrel vault, you have a rib vault, you have secondary, you have aqueducts down here, which is huge because you can transport water, flowing water. Roman architectural complements or feats include domes, arches, and vaults, and aqueducts. Okay, also excellent use of concrete, plumbing, and baths. Romans were not the first to use the arch, but they were the first to use the arch to its fullest potential. Frame of reference in global context, the height of Imperial Rome's power, Pax Romana, the Chinese Han Empire flourished and Buddhism had spread out of India and was taking root in China. So give an idea what was going on at the same time as the Roman Empire. So the Roman architecture. The Roman Forum in Rome, Italy, okay, they built. The Pantheon in Rome, Italy. Okay, this is like over 2,000 years ago this was built. Roman baths, very famous. Okay, get to take a bath. Pretty cool. And it was just like you just walk in, take a bath. You could do it. Okay, Roman gladiators, arenas. These are pretty cool. Okay, this one's in Africa, in Tunisia, Africa. They had gladiator. The interior of the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. This is probably the most famous one. This one's in Tunisia. Okay, if you want to learn more, okay, Russell Crowe, the movie Gladiator, okay, or on Netflix there's a miniseries called Rome. Be sure to check out these films, Netflix series, and books, and more about Rome. The period of Pax Romana helped to spread a new religion as well. During the Pax Romana, the Roman Empire stretched over 3 million square miles. This is large, stable, and peaceful political unit allowed for the quick and widespread expansion of Christianity within the Roman Empire. Okay, so what did you learn? End of lesson questions. In your own words, what was the overall purpose of this lesson? Hello, to introduce you to Rome. Okay, where did the Roman Empire originate, and what regions came under its control, and what body of water aided its expansion? Okay, Roman Empire originated in Rome. Okay, what regions came under its control? You could say Africa, you could say modern day Turkey, you could say Europe. And what body of water aided its expansion? The Mediterranean Sea. What were the two main phases of Rome's development? Be sure to explain important terms in your own words. Okay? I'm going to let you guys figure that out. What were some major accomplishments and contributions of the Roman Empire? Name it. 3 architectural engineering feats. Man, you had domes, you had colosseums, you had aqueducts. Briefly discuss accomplishments in regards to military conquest. I'll let you guys figure that out. Give a general statement on the general level of sophistication of the Roman Empire and give us one example to justify support your claim. I'll let you guys figure that out too. You get in your groups and talk about it. Okay. All roads lead to Rome. Launch. And that is the end of the slideshow. So I have put in Classroom the notes that you could write down on, and you're going to get with partners and groups, and you're going to talk about the video. You can go back and watch this and find answers and find out stuff. It's not that long. Okay, over and out.